Okay, today is the 25th, I believe. This computer should be good. This is the first day we've put it together. I've always had a computer dedicated to the laser room. Yeah, this mess here. And today we're going to be talking about the xTool P2. Spent a little bit of time with it. I'm going to screw around. We got it put together last night, but today we got everything put together. But I still think there are some things I need to do on it because we tried to do the alignment, and we used this blue painter's tape, and I think it just obliterated it. And the more I look at it, I think it may still be just slightly off. So probably gonna get some masking tape. I know there has to be some around here somewhere. Not just order from Amazon and check in a few days. Right now it is actually burning. So let's go over some of the things that I've learned so far from this thing. If you're putting it on the table, like I said, if you've got the riser, yeah, you need to wait on that. This thing's heavy as hell, and we got it on here. Big thing that's been a blessing that saved my butt a bit is, you know, those carpet sliders, because I bought this desk here, and the entire purpose was for this laser. It was the right size and everything, plus it had the ability to do a little bit of this. Oops. So I can raise things up and lower it and stuff like that. So I actually got it for a half decent price. I'd been looking at it for a while, and it was on Amazon Business because I have a business account, and got it for a good price that day, plus had a little coupon off. So this is usually about $2.89. I think I paid, like, with tax, $2.20, something like that. It's really good. It's sturdy enough. It can hold up to 175 pounds. So it's definitely going to have everything on this sucker here. I may have to piece these together so this kind of looks right for everyone. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is going to come off me, and I'm going to have to piece these together. Yeah, I really should probably use my little DJI thing, because it can switch back and forth and everything. I think for the next one I'll do that. But I just finished cutting this piece out here, and what I'm doing is I've been doing like whiskey glasses and stuff, or getting ready to do whiskey decanters. Even though I have some little boxes I bought on Amazon, I figured it'd be really cool for some of them to like make them. So I just bought a pattern off of Etsy, and I'm trying to cut the whiskey boxes right now because I had a closing last week. I'm probably going to drop by this weekend. One of the things is, no, I'm not going to show you that. It has somebody's name on it. So here's some of the things. Think about this thing is loud. Before you set up, like I was trying to get to before, if you're trying to put this on something and put it over in a corner, these are some setup steps that I think everyone has missed. First of all, I would read the instructions first, look at the videos. I didn't do that. I mean, I looked at the videos before, thought I was doing the right setups, and I knew everything. Back here, there are the screws. You know, you move this to access and put in the antifreeze or coolant or whatever. If you're going to be doing coolant or you're going to be doing pure water. One other thing, think about it ahead of time. That's why it didn't get done until today. Didn't have any distilled water. So if it's on the way or you got it, you're getting ready to put it together, go and get your distilled water. You're only going to need about 1 liter total, but I would still get a full gallon or half a gallon. That way you can store it for if you have to put any more in. Be careful, especially if you didn't read. There are 5 screws back here. I missed this one here when we did it because it's actually inside of a ventilation vent, so I didn't see it, and it's like trying to pull this up. Now in here, it does tell you, you know, remove the screws, but the screws are actually up here, so you can't even see them. So if you're like here and you're looking down, you're thinking like, oh, are they these screws? No, they're up here. So it's going to be 6 of them. They're about this big, and the ones in the back are about this big. So you should end up 6 plus 5, His 11 screws come out. Be careful, they got a couple extra screws in the bag. And what do I do with the bag? Oh well, I can't show that to you. I can't put them in a bag so I'd never lose them. Something they didn't put in there, and I don't know if it was just unique to us. I don't even know why they put down screws in this thing. They should have just had maybe a little slider lock or something, because the reviewers I saw said they're never going to put the screws back in. I can see why. This stuff isn't coming back off. Matter of fact, we had to use, where is it? I don't know where it's at. My wife ended up having to use a little 3D plate scraper, the plastic type. They get in there and like pop, 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 pop. Then it came back. You still had a little issue. Came off. Before you put it into place, I highly suggest, highly, that you go ahead and take all the screws out, do whatever you have to do to get it off, and fill the container for the laser tube. And here's the reason why. It's a push and turn kind of thing, and it's not a light push and turn. I just figured, it's going to be a push and turn like a jar or something, or like just to be baby proof, like a medicine bottle. Nope. It was hard. We had to pull this sucker out. That's why I said I was grateful that we put carpet sliders under here. We still need to get the right leverage and everything. We pulled it out. She went in the back, and she had to work like crazy just to get it open. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then we put the stuff in. More than likely, the little emergency switch here is going to be pressed down. So because of that being pressed down, it will not turn on. Just make sure you just twist it to the right. That's what happened with us, because we were lucky that the thing even made it, because our neighbor, who's a cop, he's like, yeah, I can't believe she got that up there. She was like doing all this kinds of stuff. And I think it wasn't Buster Beagle, it was somebody, where they caught the driver of the company just like rolling it up the stairs. And so we did have a big issue pushing up the stairs. What we ended up doing, for those of you, normally we'll move this stuff with moving straps, but because of its size and center of gravity, it actually was hard to maneuver with that. So what we ended up doing is easing it up step by step until it was all in one step, and then you were able to push it up. And we have a landing. Got to the landing, did the same thing up. Because of the shape of the room, and because we have the 3D printer over here, we ended up putting it back on the edge, even though it says this side up kind of thing, and pushing it into the room, then laying it back down. So let's go through. Let's see how well this cut. I did this one on 4040. This is one of the 4 basswoods that came with it, and 4040 I guess cut through it, so it's going to need to be even slower than that. So that is interesting. 40, well, no, I'd probably have to do 100 and like the 8 with the 20 watt. So I got the D1 Pro under here with the 20 on it. Over here we got the 40 watt and the IR. But I think I need to do this one at probably 108, 7. This is 3mm. So now this one is kind of sacrificed. So I don't know if we can even push these out without it splintering. So I'm just going to go do another one, and I'm going to do it at a higher percentage. So over here, also put this on before you put it on there. Take these off, or take this off, fill it up. It's going to add, a couple of more pounds picking it up. Trust me, you're not going to regret it, because it's hard to get it on there once it's on the table, especially if you got it pushed up against something. So those are the tips I have so far. I've already tested this on an old piece of scrap glass where I screwed up a bit, and actually tested it with the little curved surface thing. It works. Let's get into the software for some things. Ouch! Let's see if it focuses. So, just gonna have to do this again. Nope, I didn't bring them in here. So, Here's the design right here. The layers do work. I couldn't find a way yet to reorganize the layers. So let's pretend we did layers here, the way you do it. So like, let's say I want to do this as a layer. I would just select it and then do this move to, select a new color, and that's now layer 2. So it should cut separate from layer 1. Now some issues are, like, let's say, oh, I really needed this to be layer 1. I don't see a way to reorder them, at least not yet. Now, I don't know, maybe if I relayer this, like, let's see, if I rename this layer 2, would it become layer 2? Nope, they're both named layer 2 now. Haha, the Canadian devil. Okay, so yeah, so that's one. I mean, I'm probably going to find it at some point. There needs to be a way to reorder these, because you can't just like click down on one and drag it. So I'm looking up here. All that does is collapse it. All these do is select colors, then it selects layers. So if you made a mistake, I don't know, maybe I can undo. There is no undo for this. So no, I guess not. Some of the things to think about. This is the one where we still got to go redo this again. I think it's off, but it's cutting. So, but maybe it could cut better. We'll find out. So you click here. Once it's logged in, I'm going to click on the little icon or gear, click settings. Now click test. And this is how you move it around to do the test for the laser. So you just jog it down, jog it over. You're gonna find this funny. My wife was looking at the video and she goes, "It says to put it on the left side. There is no left side." And she like points over here. See the left side? I'm like, no, the left side. Left side. I had to explain like 3 or 4 times. Left side. And you'd push this little pulse thing here. Like I said, it obliterated. Let's see. Because if you look on the thing, it just does a little pinpoint. So I think I need something different. It just obliterated this thing to a point where I thought, oh, it's fine. I don't think it is. Because there was actually like, the stuff was like floating around. It's like poof, all over the place. Let's see, where's another one I should talk about? That's how you do that. You do have to have it closed up. Here are some things. So I got the riser base. You need the riser base. Let me tell you that one right now. But if you're, hold on, let me get in here. So like, let's say I change this to, okay. So right now I have it set on open plane because it's just easier than doing the slats. But if you have it on slats flat and you try, and let's say the little tray is down, it has to be in the top position. If not, it will not work. That's what we've learned so far. So I've just been doing open plane. For all I know, just putting it on slats flat right now would possibly make it work. No, because maybe it's not aiming right, but I'm just experimenting with the stuff they sent. Some other lessons we've learned. They sent a very short she's wrapping around this shit. She's always wrapping shit. It's USB-C to USB-A. Here's the connector here to your A. So that's C. This is A. The issue is it is very short. It is not long enough to reach from here to, like, if you wanted to put your laptop over here. That's why we have it on this laptop stand that I used to have on the M1 there for now. I still want it over here, but you know. We tried some long USB-C to A's that we have. They didn't work, so I don't know if it's because they were meant for power and they don't have data. So I probably have to find some A to C's that have data or something that's longer, because I'd rather have it, because it's the way I set it up. I set it up to be on this side. Even though if I put it back over this side, if we can move it, it'll be perfectly fine. I was originally going to put, oh, I need a chair with wheels. Take the output hose and put it, you know, through the filter there. The issue, there really is no issue. I just decided not to because it was just too long. Because even with the D1, I would have the D1 when it was up here because the hose connector was like right over here. So it actually reached over there. This wasn't going to reach. I'm not going to get a bearing because this is a non-standard size hose. And yeah, I decided to just throw it out the window to see what would happen. We've done a few burns. Nothing's been blown back in. Even with that, I have a vent window kit, but decided not to put it in just yet. I just want to see what happens for a bit. There's been zero smell. And by the time it makes it out, you can't see it. I had my wife go outside to see if she could see anything. She's like, and it was burning? I'm like, yeah. It's like, no, there's nothing outside. And nothing's been blown back in. This sucker, if you have like the M1 or the cover for the D1, which is, where's this sucker at? I think you put it outside. Yeah, this is way more powerful. When you are done, that smoke is gone because it gives you the 10 seconds. You got the little pin here that pops out to lock it in until it clears the smoke. It clears the smoke, man. It clears the smoke. It's like you can just see it just clearing. In the 10 seconds that it's locked, it clears it all out. So xTool did one hell of a job here on this. They have a machine that is doing a good job. About the only complaints I'm having is, and it's not really complaints, they're just bitches and moans. Let me jog this back up. So what I'm doing here is just jogging it back up to the front. So into my settings, test. Jog it back up and to the right. Okay, the slats. You got to be very careful. It's kind of hard to. Let me see if I can go out on this. Boop. It's actually hard because it's easy to make it look like it's this way. So you got to be very careful to get the one that's across. So they go in this way with the blade side down. So to start on one end, whoops, and you need to make sure it's the one that's directly across, or else it doesn't work. And there you go. So you can put in as many slats as you want. I've been working with 2 and 3 so far for the material I've been using, and it's been working fine for me. About the only thing I see, and I don't know, a lot of people have said they like the slats, and I kind of like the concept of the slats. But like if you need to put in a lot of them, it's going to take a minute for putting them in and taking them out. So expect that, put in the minimum that you actually need. Right now, you know, you can store them over here, and I'm probably going to put the RA2 in. Next thing about the RA2, you know, the Canon plugs here. Oops, right there. I'm a little upset. Not at this. This is a long-term thing. I bought the RA2 for the M1 when it came out, which the D1 Pro was announced not too long after that, and I got the whole kit. The thing is, I asked the question directly that does the RA2 work for both of them? It's just a difference in a plug or something. They told me directly that no, it is a different RA2. Let me see, I'm going to switch back to talk to y'all. That's utter horseshit. Both RA2s arrived on the same day, or at the same time pretty much. When I set them up, I decided for shits and giggles to try each one on each machine. They are different plugs on the, you know, the plug that plugs into the machine. Yes. The plug that plugs in RA2, it's the same one. I tried both RA2s on both machines along with the original. There is no difference. So if you have the M1, you can use it here, and they tell you that outright. But since I have the D1, I'm still gonna get another Canon plug, because even though I already have 2 Canon plugs, you can't, you know, don't want to have 2. You can always have enough, right? So I'm gonna go grab me another one of those since they're free if you have a D1, which I do. long term, the bed is larger than the M1. The problem is the bed is only larger in the, let's call this the vertical direction, or the X direction. The Y direction is the same size. Now the bed is, the cutting area is 11.8 for the M1. It's like 12.1, not even half an inch. So this direction, Y, you're only gaining half inch or so. The only thing that you have is the X direction. So like if I look at, hold on, let me switch it around again. Yeah, so we've got here is, I kind of made a little ghetto spray booth so I could do the mugs and stuff. So I got this off Amazon, and I have the sprayer here. I don't have to do that anymore. I'll talk about it for, let's open this up. It does do the glass, man. I didn't have to do jack to it. Just throw it in there and it cut it. The only thing I'm gonna have to say is like some of the videos I've seen just on CO2s in general, you need to buy some 220 grit and just do a little quick, because some of them did come out, just a little bit of sharpness. So just knock that down with some 220 grit. We have 220, but we don't know where it's at. I don't know where a lot of shit at. I got crazy shit, like environmental monitors and shit, stupid shit. But anyway, you can see in the art, in the one here, M1, you got about the same, which I had a measuring tape or someone to help. So like boom, boom. So let's get that in there and then like reverse it. It's almost the same. So I just come across here, boom, boom. So in the Y direction, you're not gaining anything on this. So stuff I'm trying to pull up, ain't gonna fit in here. So I do have the conveyor. And the entire reason I put this on was actually for another reason. When I put it on the carpet slider, so I could slide it out and use the conveyor. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Let me switch this around again. Yeah, I really need to do this on my what's his face, because this is ridiculous. Because you don't have a button to switch it around on the regular camera. So my intent, I mean, if you look, every single video they showed with the conveyor, the P2 was on the ground. On the ground. That creates a little bit of issue there. First of all, we all know you're not putting it on the ground. So I think I have a solution. I bought it and I'm gonna test it. And what I did, so drum roll please, I wanna have this on date. So if somebody starts doing it, because I've seen too many people steal my ideas, not just here, it's just like in my current business. Right now, a current trend in real estate is something I created literally. I put it into a private group and it made it out into like the largest real estate group in the country called Lab Coat Agents. And then, I mean, I'm sitting there seeing people attribute my invention, my thing, to some agent in oh, it's this female agent in Colorado. Maybe she's the one who posted it. All I know is I'm sitting there looking at the shit and I'm like, that's my house. That's my shit. So, anywho, here it is. I'm gonna have this for proof. Because, matter of fact, one time I was probably the first agent to do 3D Facebook Live for an open house. Then, like 3 months later, somebody did. It's like, this is the very first. And he does like this. It's all in 3D. We're the very first people to ever do this. I'm like, I did this 3 months ago, bitch. I'm a highly technical motherfucker. This is why nobody's gonna send me free crap. You've seen all this stuff. I bought it all with my own money, or at least my commission money. That's where I spent my commissions on. So, anywho, I don't got. So here's what I came up with. The expandable curtain rods. The entire purpose is to stabilize the damn thing. Well, they're rigid. You screw them into the position you want. So I bought curtain rods, the expandable ones, for curtains and showers and stuff. So they go from 28 to 48 inches. All I got to do is just screw it up to the right height, pull the sucker out, put a little bullet level on them or something, make sure they're level. Boom. That's my thought. I'm going to test it out hopefully this week, but this week I'm going to be burning some stuff where it got closed last week. Yeah, that's it. I got to figure out on the fire kit. Let me turn it around again. And it's turned around again. Okay, I got to figure out on the fire kit because, yeah, this is the fire kit I have for the D1. I have another one for the M1, but they haven't released instructions because I know this is built for the fire kit, because I saw that on the live stream. They got it built where you can use the fire kit directly and it has all the ports and everything. So I guess you just have to install the sensors. I just left that one there because I don't have to do crap except for put the sensors in from the other box. And then I don't know if I'm going to put any in the M1 now because my wife's already been doing the little hints. Well, you got all these extra lasers. What you going to do? Because I know she wants to give them away to somebody. It's like, shit, I paid like, I got this one on the M1 on Kickstarter, so I paid $1,000 or so for it. Plus, I bought this in the when they offered it when we did the pledge box. So that's what that was only $500 for the pledge box for the filter. So $1,500. No, plus I think I had to pay a couple $100 in shipping. And then the D1, holy crap! I got it with the 20 watt. And then when the IR came out, I bought that shit. Then when the 40 watt came out, I bought that shit. I got it with the RA2 here. I don't even know what the other RA2 is. Bought all, I have every damn accessory for this bitch. Like I said, fire kit. I've been given xTool with everything, I think about $15,000. But hey, I doubt they care. So I still have to, no matter what, keep the D1 Pro. And the reason I need to keep it is you see the length on it. Are you in here? Hold up. And this isn't right because it didn't pop out right on this birch. Because I make these keys here for the clients and stuff. And lately I've been actually giving them away to realtors. They love it. And I give it to them because these things are like $70 on Etsy. This piece of wood here, after I cut it out from the big ass one, it's like $4 or $5, 6 max, according to what kind of wood I use. So that's actually a cool thing to have for folk. Anything else? In all honesty, I don't even know if you, according to how big, let me put it over here, I'll cover the name up. So like this is something I've been experimenting with and it got messed up. But no, this is done on the RA2. I don't need the RA2 for this because this is within the parameters, or I could do it with the curve thing. Curve is really simple. As a matter of fact, let me show you how to, man, let me see if any of it are in here. Hold it, I got mine. I'll show you how we do it on the curve. So I'm gonna put this one in here. I'm sure you've seen a lot of other videos on it, so you're about to see one more. So set the curve up. It's real simple. I just won't do anything with it. So first of all, I'm going to hopefully be able to refresh this thing. Seems like, yeah, there it is over there. One of the things I also noticed is be careful. It gets trapped with the glass, or when we try to do the auto measure. And also it has to be within the Z height range. So we had to end up raising the tray up. But let me get rid of this crap here. And we'll keep it on open plane. Because that's painted black right now because it's the tempura, I can just, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me see, is there a way to stop it? Nope. Okay, I'll just put it here. It'll take a picture of it. Didn't mean to do that, but okay. So now I'm going to measure. I'm going to come over here, going to measure, and unlike the M1 for the auto measure where you had to put it at a specific place, I don't even know if you can do that here because it seems to be blanked out. So maybe it only works in certain configurations that I'll figure out later. So now I got this sucker set. I haven't been able to figure out how to like remove that close window. Okay, so here's how we do the curve. It's not going to be open plane. I just was trying to get the distance here because you still need the distance. We're going to go to curve process. From curve process, you're going to hit curve measure. And then you're going to jog this sucker over until it's over where you want to do it. Come on now. And I don't know if you saw it, the little red light, you're going to be going by that. So let me change this to about a 10. So you're going to get the, like, one of the corners or upper left, whatever, needs to be within the distance. I think it's a 45-degree curve. And then you'll hit vertex 1. Takes a little picture. Then you're going to go over. So this is the thing, is you need to make sure that it's so I get it jogged in there. I hit mark for vertex 2, then hit next. Then it sets up this grid. You can set how big the grid you want it to be. Hit start measure, and then it's just going to go and it's going to do all of the measurements. It's going to take about 30 seconds or so for this number and the size. Then you just put whatever you want in there. You're not going to see it. Everything you're going to see, you're going to have to judge by looking in there. So I would possibly get a little jig thing to like get them all lined up, because you'll see here in a second when I put something in there, it's only going to be on a little white screen with an area that's highlighted off. That's going to be the area you're going to use. So there it is. So it's measured it. I hit my done. See, this is the area that's useful. So I come in here, let's say I insert some text. We'll just use the good old hello. So it's got to fit in that box. And you know what? We can do this by doing 0 power. And now let's turn it to an engrave. 0 power. I just want to show you how to do it. So I'm going to get the lowest DPI I can. So let's do a 41, and that's interesting. So I guess you have to go real slow or something, because it seems it's already at the max. Let me see. No? Okay. I'll do it at, see, when I click off, it just goes back to 30. Oh, you know what? It probably has a max, whoops, come on. Probably has a max speed. So it's at 1, so I'm not gonna burn anything. Let's just go into process. It does not, and this is a little thing, because like on the D1 and the M1, it will show you how much time it is supposed to take. It's usually off, but it could, because I use them mainly on Wi-Fi, but I haven't been able to get the Wi-Fi to work just yet, so I'm gonna have to work on it. I haven't even been able to get the touch screen to work on this new computer. It was a used computer, but I call it new. Got on Amazon. And you push the button. I still haven't removed the little tape and stuff. Wish it was in there where you could see it, but it's doing the whole moving up and down. And here's another thing. I'm talking a little bit louder. The reason is this thing is very, very loud. It's still almost trying to burn. I think this thing is burning still. I think I'd have just ruined the glass. I don't know, because I can still see it on like sparking up. I think this thing may have gone through at 1% power. That ain't gonna be good. I'd have just ruined the glass. I'm glad I get these suckers from Dollar Tree. That's the secret that you have to know. Switching to the ground while it's doing it. Hold on, now I'm gonna keep it on here and talk to you. So like I said, I'd probably go looking for a longer one, USB. It is very short. It's like 3-4 feet. So you have to have the computer over here if you're gonna do it. It's been a few months, so I got to go read in again how to set it up for the Wi-Fi. I thought it was automatic. It wasn't. so I can't try it on anything else. And I kind of want to keep it plugged in for the reason that I have with the D1. And maybe I'll talk about it for a second, do a little bit away from it here. The reason I still need the D1 is those keys, because, I mean, I got like 16, 17 by 3 feet here, so I can make the big keys. Plus, I can make my rugs. These are all jacked up, and these are what I use for tests now. So what I can do is, as a closing gift, I can make them a rug. You can get these for like $7 at Walmart, but that's not going to fit in there. My hope is that I can, I'm going to turn this around forever now. Hold up. My hope is I can like make these go through the conveyor once I get it set up, and then I don't need the the D1 anymore. I was going to say I didn't need the M1 anymore because it's smaller. It's only 10 watt. What the hell is it going to do? I just got a big ass thing there because, you know, right before this came out, they came out with the new riser base, and I got the air assist and all that shit on there, which I don't need anymore for anything. No. But then I started thinking about it, it's like, shit. The thing uses a, what do you call that? It can still do the cutting. I'd never intended to cut vinyl. I just wanted the laser, but just the other day I went like, oh shit, now I figured out something to use the cutter for. And what it is you've seen those big ass welcome signs on people's houses that are like really popular now. Well, if you look at the thing, they made one of those during the demonstration, or at least on the little beginning commercial for this thing. But look how it looked. So I was like, yeah, I can still make those, because once I get the conveyor pulled out, you know, throw that in, boom. And then I went like, wait a minute. I can now cut the transfer vinyl out and do that. Now it looks good. So now I got to keep the D1 around just to make the letters so it looks good. But I'm gonna see if it works. It should work in the conveyor. I'm hoping the rugs work in the conveyor. They're right at the maximum thickness that you can use the conveyor for, because you have to dial it down. I got to work on that probably tomorrow, maybe next week. And I'm going to run a rug through, see if it works. And, you know, I asked in the group and stuff, and I think, no, I either asked in the group or on the live stream about using flexible stuff. But if you look, they got the flexible cork that they use, and it's more flexible than this rug would ever be. So I think the rug is going to work. I'm almost 100% sure. I'll probably do the thing on the conveyor from something I saw today, but I haven't unpacked it yet. So expect maybe this weekend or next week, I'll talk about the conveyor. Hold on, let me see this here. Oh, damn it. I think it may have actually burned. I'm not sure if this is a bad one or not, but I'm gonna go check, wash it off, and see if that actually burned in there. Because I think this is one I had in the room here, just if I had to go and make a quick mug or something. So I'm hoping it didn't burn through, or else I'd just have another test mug. Thank God they're only $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Oh, that was the tip. Most of these guys you see selling these things on Etsy and stuff, they bought them from Dollar Tree. They're $1.25, charging $30 for them. That's what I think is going to be cool, is being able to make these real quick, because it's a pain to sit there and paint the thing with tempera, let it dry, do all to where you can't see through it, then try to screw it into the RA2 without knocking the paint off. And if I could just do the curved surface without having to prep it, that's going to be a game changer. Like I said, you're going to have to you need to use 220 to knock it down. You don't have to do that at all with the diode. It's perfect on the diode. As a matter of fact, probably should have brought it in here. We were testing, originally setting up the diode and everything. We did some test prints, and they were just plain freaking gorgeous with the tempera. So I would almost wonder if it would work with tempera with this, because, hold on here. I'm just going to rub it like this. Well, thank goodness this was a bad one, so I didn't have to worry about that. I don't think that the even at the 1%. You can actually still see the damn thing like at 1%. But yeah, this is bad. Thank goodness. At least I got something to test on. I'll probably wash that off. So I must have brought this in here as a test one where I could test stuff real quick. That's what I do with the bad ones. So I just have to figure out, hopefully they'll put out material settings so quickly. I don't know if they may have already. That's been my impressions from the first day of using it. One thing I did do is I'd have the window kit, like the dryer vent kit. But what I ended up doing is taking, this would be an example, because it came with 4 or 5, oh, come on, where's the other one at? So it came with 4 cardboards and 4 or 5 basswoods. So what I ended up doing is we measured the hose, and I used the cardboard to cut out a little window kit there. Just because even though we hadn't smelled anything, I just figured it was a little bit better to have a little something where some blockage, where if a little bit of wind came back, it'll kind of block some of it out. So you can do that, and I know there are some 3D prints you can do for it. I think I downloaded them from Thingiverse. But for now, it's not blowing back, and I'll just use this little ghetto method until it starts blowing back on me. Then I'll worry about it, because it's simple. I'll probably put some 3 or 6 millimeter basswood in there, or take a big long strip of the 4x8 that I have for the plywood and just make a kit to go into the window. But actually, yeah, when I get the conveyor, that'll be a good thing for the conveyor. I said I was going to save this till next time. On the conveyor, from what I understand, there's a pad kind of thing, and see, got that all over the fingers. And you have to, they advise you burn over it. Thing is, there's no airflow, so hopefully somebody's gonna, and they say it's removable, but hopefully someone's gonna come up with some kind of a grid to put in there soon. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna come up with something really quick and put in there, but we'll see when I put the grid that out and see if my idea works about using the shower curtains rods. That's about it I can think of today. Just going to leave with my impressions. Yes, it is plastic on the outside, but I like the plastic. It's actually good. It's cool. You can tell it is quality. It's kind of like a review I saw today where someone compared the P2 to the Guike Cloud Pro. Said, yeah, they made it metal, but it was flimsy ass metal. They tried to make it look like it was high quality. This is high quality. I love it. There's a little chip there. Let's see if you can see that. See a little chip? How the hell did that happen? This is one, it's not a complaint, but you got the little pistons there. Well, it holds it up and everything. But yeah, it kind of lets it slide down. So I don't know, maybe I got some bad ones. So I don't know, because so far I've been impressed with what I've seen. Some other things. Now I know this, I'm really feeling, this is me, that you see this gap here? They do not give you IR glasses, and at some point you're going to create something where this light is going to hit bottom, because like even on here I got to be careful with that one because the light can come out. But remember, you can't see the IR light, so you could be destroying your vision. So I would probably even get like put some painter's tape over this when you're doing a big job, because you don't know that it's coming out. It's not like a blue light where it hurts you a little bit. It's probably not going to anything you worry about, but there's some parts in here where it looked like there should have been, you would have rested feet on, but the feet are actually about here or so, and it'll be resting on that. So maybe I'll do another video. So let me see if I can put this one out, because Lord, I got almost a week of stuff I didn't put out. So let me see if I can get this one and catch the xTool P2 craze. That's, what I kept saying, this is it. So this is it. I'll have some more stuff after I get this the rails installed, and now I realize that this is in the way. So damn, I got to start reconfiguring some more, because even this is too far over to the left here, because I bought this here specifically to fit under there, and there's about 1 inch too small, and the purpose was just to store this crap, because I originally intended when I bought this to put the D1 down there, so I can put the hood over it and everything, and do real quick, do the rugs and the keys. Okay, that's it.